running out the time and out me all out of the time. I'm trying to like.
Hey, what's going on YouTube land? It's your boy TJ and welcome to my YouTube channel, Wrestling Nostalgia, where I give my reviews and WWE shows and PLE events. But today I have a hot take, or an opinion, or whatever you want to view it as. So I want to go back in history, back in, the 90s to the 2000s, right? So it was this wrestler, if you want to call her that, named Sable, and she came to the WWE as a valet, and with her growth of popularity, she, transitioned out of that role and became a wrestler of sorts. So once this happened and she got into a feud with Jacqueline won the women's title. They entered into a program together up into Survivor Series where Sable won the women's championship away from Jacqueline. So after this, Sable wound up being on Playboy, I believe twice. I believe, in my opinion, and a lot of other people and her co-workers, the fame got to her head and she never really cared for the wrestling business. Well, those words were from Jim Cornette, and he just was never a fan of her. He went on record and always trashed on her.
Even if they don't know anything about fucking wrestling, you can make money with them, you can sell tickets with them. That's acceptable if that person admits to their co-workers, I don't know what I'm doing, asks for help. Help me. Give me advice from somebody other than the person that's panting over them and writing their scripts. I'm talking about their co-workers in the locker room. Puts in an effort to justify their position by actually working hard at the physical aspect of it instead of complaining about it every time you're supposed to do something physical. That would have gone a lot longer way, but instead, the female Ultimate Warrior got the big head, believed her own publicity, thought that she was better than everybody else, didn't want to learn how to work, didn't want to learn how to help get the opponents over, didn't want to fucking do anything otherwise than go out there and be on TV and then become a movie star.
I'll probably tag him down below and then y'all can check it out. Like, he used to really trash that woman. But anywho, Sable got too big for her bridges and she left WWE. And she would later on return it back in, 2003. And that run, I'm going to be honest, wasn't as fruitful as the first one. But hey, it is what it is. I'm saying all this to say this. Do y'all remember, once Sable left, Trish Stratus came? And here is my take on that situation. I feel like when Sable left WWE, that left a void for their golden girl of sorts in wrestling, and there was nobody to fill that void. They could have gave it to Deborah, but she didn't have that reach and pull for the audience for them to make her the girl, which is the person who took the women's title off of her in the first place in her last match. So it couldn't have been her. Then, with everybody else, the landscape wasn't as fruitful as it is now in WWE. They didn't have really too many women to really pick from. So as time went on, I want to say, a year, maybe two later, when 2000 came around, Trish Stratus came around. So the reason why I brought this up is because in my thumbnail, it says Sable replaced. And when I say Sable replaced, remember, I'm talking about when Sable and Trish Stratus came to WWE at first. When you look at them, don't they look alike? Really, look at both of them. They both have the same archetype. That's why I said that Sable got replaced. Because not the in-ring talent, because remember, Trish Stratus wasn't the Trish Stratus Hall of Famer that she is now today. I mean, back when she first came in WWE, they both were basically on the same level and had similar backgrounds. I believe they both were doing modeling at one point before they got to WWE. So when Sable left, WWE had a bad taste in their mouth from Sable, because let's go back down memory lane. Remember, she had a no bump clause in her contract.
What was it like taking your first bumps when you went from modeling to getting body slammed? Well, as soon as I take my first bump, I'll let you know. That's part of my contract. I don't bump.
You know what happens?
Real soon. I saw him the other day. And here it comes.
Her taking bumps and like doing all the crazy spots and stuff, if you really pay attention to like a Sable match, you're gonna see that it gives very much that. Like, she'll do certain stuff, but when it comes to like really she not gonna do it. Like and like I said, as time went on, time started to reveal itself. They were like, oh my goodness, she is not worth the headache that she's causing us to be paying. Like, she just not worth it. Like, let's just find another girl. Like, if she went out this contract, let her go. And WWE kind of like had a tussle, and then they ended up letting her go. And it was a very nasty legal suit. And then she claimed that like it was poo in her bag and stuff, and she sued for $100,000. And she was not a happy camper. I mean, I wouldn't be either. Like, somebody, I ain't even gonna talk about that. That's nasty work.
Sable
okay?
temporarily parted ways with the WWF. She also filed a $110 million lawsuit against the company, claiming sexual harassment and an unsafe working environment. The suit was settled out of court, and Sable eventually returned to WWE in 2003, shortly after WrestleMania 19.
But after she left, that spot became open for another top girl. When Trish Stratus came in, like I said, both on the same level, they both didn't have any prior wrestling experience. Trish Stratus is basically the archetype that WWE, molds themselves after. Like, I'm not lying. You can look back in the day, even today, like with Charlotte, the same archetype, blonde, athletic, beautiful, and all that stuff. They mold the same archetype. They always do it. Like, that's their favorite. Long hair, blue eyes, so that you know how that story goes. So I say that to say that my take is that Sable got replaced far as the model type, not far as in-ring ability, because like I said, when Trish Stratus and Sable came in WWE, they both started on the same playing field. They both didn't have any prior wrestling experience, and within time, Trish Stratus became what she is today. So do y'all remember when Vince McMahon made Trish Stratus bark like a dog? I really felt like that was just so degrading. And even if it was to, and this is my take on it, this is why I brought this up, right? I feel like when Sable left, he had a bad taste in his mouth as far as like, trying to push another girl. Because if he would have gambled on Trish and then, it goes up in smoke, then this is yet another failed, science experiment of sorts. So I feel like he did that initiation to her to see how loyal she was. But you couldn't have just got her beat up or jumped or something, like on screen time, storyline wise, like you couldn't did that. Like come on, like why would you, like what was Vince thinking doing that? So he made her bark like a dog. She did it, and to this day, it's just very cringeworthy. A lot of stuff that Vince McMahon under his regime were very cringeworthy. I feel like because of the bad taste that was left in his mouth from Sable, it was like, oh, she could be the girl. She could really be the future of the WWE Women's Division. But I got a bad taste in my mouth from Sable, so I want to make her bark like a dog, so that way I can humble her. And I'm just like, and this is what you come up with for creative for her?
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck do you got going on. Are you okay?
But like I said, I brought that up because I feel like it was wrong and it was very degrading, and I don't understand why in the world they, allowed that. I don't understand a lot of things that they allowed in WWE programming, but hey, like I said in every video, I'm not the booker, but I definitely would not have approved that. Like, that was crazy. And then if you notice that he always put himself in like romantic angles with his co-workers, and it's very nasty work, and I'm not here for it. But I say all that to say that Trish Stratus became what she is today, and I'm not bringing this up to like humiliate her or anything like that, because I'm pretty sure she doesn't really look at that moment very fondly, and rightfully so. I'm just saying that it was wrong, and it should have never happened. It should have never got approved, and I feel as though they could have had any other storyline, like anything else to so-called humble her or whatever the case may be. Just because you allowed this ragamuffin to sit up there and run amok all through WWE, Vince, because, she's making so much money, I'm just going to let her do whatever she wants to do. And you see how that backfired in your face. She basically told you, you know where you could kiss it, okay? So,
for the haters, you know where you could kiss it, because you don't pay my bills. And I'm the baddest bitch.
Trish Stratus is a certified Hall of Famer. She is a 7-time women's champion, and nothing can take away from her accomplishments, and nothing but love and respect to her. But comment down below, how do you feel about my take? Do you feel like Sable got replaced by Trish Stratus and WWE, or should I say Vince, wanted to so-called humble her because of the bad taste that Sable left in WWE, aka Vince's mouth? Or, you know, I'm tripping, like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But comment down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and all that other good stuff. You know how this go. And your love and support is always welcome, welcome, welcome. And appreciate it. And peace, TJ. I'm out.
I think the first choice was obvious. I think everyone knows that Sable is the hottest diva in the WWE.